Well, I got the log splitter fixed. Hell yeah! We do have a log splitter. And it's fixed. Got a new handle on it. And just in case I don't get stuck being without one, I fixed the other one too. So I now have my log splitters. Now I do have, around here someplace, I have a new mallet out there with a handle on it naturally. And I also have another one here that I'll put a handle on. And then I just got a couple of these. So I am ready to split log. However, this snow doesn't seem to be going away as fast as the first snow. And there's a pile there. I don't know if you actually see that pile. And there's another pile over there on the other side of that log that you may or may not be seeing. And under that snow is where some of the logs are that need to be split. Now, also under here, I already have some split. So that's where we're at. That's where we are at this point. So we will see how they work once some of the snow melts off the wood. W-O-R-B-L-A, Worbla. It's a plastic. Like I told you guys earlier, I think I showed you on the internet. They use it for making, parts and pieces of costume. It's a hard plastic. What's good about it, I haven't really done any. This is part of a crescent wrench, as you can see. You can heat it up with a heat gun. It molds, and it's only comes in one thickness. However, now it is kind of snug, so I mean it works. But what they claim, now I'm going to try it today, is that it sticks to itself. So if you were to make a couple of over and over, in other words, if I took 2 or 3 pieces and put it over something and did one piece and then put the other piece and put the other piece, and started to form it all at once, it actually bonds as one piece without any adhesives or anything. So it seems to be a pretty good plastic. Now, what am I going to use it for? Well, it depends on what it actually does, because I can find a few needs for it. If I decide to make this model remote boat that I want to make, this is something that I can use for building some of the structure once I put up a little frame. If I can double up on it like they say, and it works like they say, I can make holsters with it. So, and it'll be a lot easier than using Kydex. So I mean, I can see, and for me anyway, always tinkering and doing things, an endless amount of uses for it. But at that point, I mean, even if I want to make a wrench holder, I mean, it could just go on and on and on. So, but it's called Worbla. Now it comes on a roll, and depending on the size. You can see I cut a little piece out. I believe that's 19 by 29. I'm not totally positive. I forgot what I ordered. That to the door was $38. So it's not real cheap, but on the other hand, it's not super expensive either. And you can see what they do with it if you look it up on the internet and you go on YouTube. You'll see tons of things that they do with it. So anyway, that's so much for Worbla. Worbla, blah, blah. Now the other thing is, I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you do, but if you're into hobbies, and cutting square holes at times can be a pain in the butt. Well, you can get an air nibbler if you want to cut, but they also sell a hand nibbler. It's like $12 on the Amazon, I think. Now, as you can see, it nibbles out little holes, or squares, or whatever it is. I think you can see that. Yeah, there it is. Anyway, just remember you get little pieces that you're going to have to pick up, so you don't want to do it where you're going to be walking or anybody's going to be like animals. But also, if you wanted to like put in a square switch, because it also works on plastic up to, I forgot the gauge, but whatever basically fits in this slot will work. I don't know if you can see the slot or not. And if you drill a hole, put this in, and now you can cut a square hole if you want for like those square switches and things. You know, you want to cut a square hole in a piece of plastic if you're making a small dollhouse and you got to cut out a window or something. Sometimes these things come in real handy. For $12, they're really not that bad. When I had my store, I used to use these a lot because the guys used to use them if they had to do any custom stereo work on dashboards. The plastic dashes, they would use these to get a small nibble at a time to get more of a custom fit. So they have a lot of uses. I haven't tried cutting leather with them. They probably would. I don't know if there would be a need to cut leather with these or not, but at that point they're not a bad little tool to have laying around if you're into hobbies. Yeah. So alright, other than that, I have decided to make a bed frame. Now what I'm going to do, because as I go on with this, I've already got these cut and primed. There's another one over there cut and primed. But what I'm thinking of doing is, when I do the headboard, routing out, not all the way through, but just routing out the thickness of these lead pane glass that I have. Those are over 100 years old. And I have 4 of the same size, and I have one a little smaller. So I'm thinking if I countersink those into a headboard, you know, and epoxy them in, I really don't see them breaking or anything. So I'm thinking about trying it to see what happens. I mean, otherwise they're just sitting around, and you know, eventually they're going to get broke anyway because I keep moving them. I had them in there one day, and I have to move that. Then I move them some, so you know, they're beginning to become a nuisance. But I don't want to just, you know, throw them away or do anything with them other than useful things. So I'm thinking if I countersink into the headboard that I'm going to be making, I think we'll be all set. And it'll be different. You know, I may even be able to drill a little, slight little hole or a few holes in the back and put little lights behind it, little neons, and see how they look. So I may even light up a little, make a little test pattern to see what happens. And I'll let you know. I'll show it to you when I'm done. Anyway, that's it for now. I'm going to have my coffee, and I got to go out and make sure that fire's started, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, this is about the cheapest place. They also get free shipping, and it takes about 4 or 5 working days. I found it on eBay cheaper by $4, $5, but then when I went to the checkout, they wanted $40 for delivery. Oh yeah, so I said, the hell with that. So, but if you go to this place here, they seem to be the best. Actually, if you end up looking at or searching for Worbla, and when you see all of the things that can be done with it, you'll find somewhere in the text this address. So it's like almost the place. And they have all kinds of stuff. It's a great place for hobbyists and costume designers and such. I kind of foresee myself using this quite a bit. I got to get into a little bit more and do a little bit more research. I hope it comes in handy for some of you guys. I gotta let some of this stuff dry anyway. So, got 2 there, got 2 down there, and then gotta get a little bit more measurements. I'm gonna put some draws in, and I still have to sand it, and, you know, seal it, you know, sand it and paint it, sand it and paint it, sand it and seal it, seal it, seal it. Oh, sound like a skip, didn't I? Seal it, seal it, seal it. Anyway, tell you, it's good having a little bit larger shop to work in at this point, because I have things down there drying and I can be up here working, so it seems to be working out pretty good. So, but other than that, I'm going to call it a night. So I know I didn't bother you guys all day with videos, so I have a couple to post. I went kind of nuts yesterday with some old stuff that I had hanging around that I really didn't know if I had posted it or not. So I figured, well, you know what, let me just post it. So, and then, so that's about it. So I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to turn on everything and go inside and have some dinner. The wife made a roast, and she actually stuck it in the crock pot yesterday. And they cooked for about 5 or 6 hours, and then she finished it off today with another couple of hours, so that's probably just going to fall apart. So a roast with some mashed potatoes and onions and gravy, oh yeah, oh yeah, and a veggie of some sort. I don't care what kind of veggie. Well, I do to a point. I don't like, I don't know, there's some stuff that she eats it's real bitter, and I don't like that. Other than that, I eat just about any type of veggie. So, alright guys, catch you later.